This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
The guests are just about to arrive. Here's the hall. Look at wonderful canapes, light lunch. Even more over there. Tea, coffee at the ready. Swirl it around. Look at, yeah, and there's obviously the quince. Getting ready for our very first dinner tonight. Oh my gosh, it's an informal one, but look at how beautiful the table looks. Flowers. We're meant to have beautiful weather this whole week. There you go, that's proof, there's the sun. I'm getting wine, water ready. Lovely flowers. I am so excited. This is the informal welcome dinner tonight. And I just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Well, Luke and Julie have been incredibly hospitable, and it's been such a unique way for us to learn about English history through touring these beautiful homes and meeting some of the family members. Honestly, we couldn't have had more of an exclusive and personal experience.
Absolutely fantastic. It's interesting as an American to come and learn all these bits of history that then, of course, inevitably start to tie back to America in some way, shape, or form. And that's been a really amazing journey, for me to start to see these connecting points.
We went to Sherborne Castle and met one of the Digby family members, and she was absolutely lovely. She cooked us a home-cooked meal of gratin and beef bourguignon, and we got to see some of the gardens by Capability Brown. And then we went to Powderham, and we had lunch with the Earl of Devon and got to tour the deer park afterwards. It's hard to pick a favorite, honestly. I think the most favorite thing I've done is just the dinners here at night, really connecting and hearing little tidbits and stories about how much this family has really influenced the history of England, and to be able to see the artifacts, look at the Earl of Sandwich's journals, for example. It's just been magical.
The time with Luke and Julie has just been phenomenal.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
We have had 12 wonderful American guests staying here at Mapperton for our Grand Historic Tour, and I tell you, it has been so much fun. And it got me to think about how important it is to stay connected when you're traveling abroad. So whether you're visiting another country, like here in the UK, or you're living overseas, having a VPN, a virtual private network like Surfshark, just makes everything easier. So let me explain a little bit about Surfshark. With Surfshark, you can change your virtual location. So if you're here in the UK and you want to catch up on your favorite shows or news from home, let's say USA, because we've got American guests here, you can do it with just one click. So when I go back to America, I use Surfshark to get my entire UK fix. I get all my British programs right on my laptop. And we even use Surfshark for work. So Luke and I are often uploading Mapperton Live, our YouTube videos, while we're traveling. And it gives us a secure, reliable connection wherever we are. It also, you guys, keeps our data safe on public Wi-Fi. So you guys know I travel to Italy quite often, and it blocks like those annoying ads and trackers with its clean web feature. So if you guys like to try it, I urge you to do it. Definitely give Surfshark a go. So you can head to surfshark.com/Mapperton, use my code Mapperton at checkout to get 4 extra months for free. And there's also a 30-day month back guarantee, so you can try it completely risk-free. I also want to say thanks so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. And don't forget to click the link in the description, you guys, to get your discount. It is worth it.
It's the first formal dinner this evening. The lights will be dimmed later, candles lit, and here we are. And there are 70, by the way, glasses on this table.
Oh, wow. And it belonged to the first Earl of Sandwich. Oh, my. And he was given it by Oliver Cromwell, who was his boss. Because, as you will have learned today, the first Earl of Sandwich, when he was 18, well, he switched sides, but before he switched sides, he was a staunch parliamentarian. He disagreed with his father, who was a Puritan but was a royalist. And he joined the New Model Army, aged 20, but he was commanding a group of men, about 100 men in the Battle of Marston Moor. And as a reward for his service to Cromwell gave him this flask. And the reason we know that is on this side there's a Latin inscription with the word Oliverius in it. So our assumption, of course, was that the silver on there was also 17th century.
It has been amazing. Everything, it's what, you never know what to expect when you start out on something like this, and it far exceeded expectations. Every moment, beautifully planned. It was a great fun.
I totally agree. I came here with an open mind, and I was looking forward to the history of both Mapperton, but also the other manor houses, and just having a chance to explore this part of Great Britain was just great, fabulous. We started out with a tour here of the garden the first day we got here. That was lovely because of the fact that that's my hobby is gardening, relaxing. Then the 2 castles, Shelbourne and Powderham, were the 2 other manor houses, and just amazing.
I would tend to agree. I would agree with everything he said. I think all the tours we did, the 2 castles or the 2 manor were beautiful. And I think the nice thing is you sort of feel like you're a VIP because you have the people who own the castles. You get to meet them and say hello, and they just treat you so well. But it's beautiful. I loved going to the shore, Lyme Regis. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful town.
That was a nice contrast.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And here, it's so beautiful here. Like the tour here was a wonderful, I mean, you learn so much, and yeah, you can just feel it. It's cozy and like a home, but it definitely, you can feel the history.
Welcome to not only the dining room, but the Alberta dinner tonight. So if you haven't watched our YouTube channel before, you may not know this, but I have a huge interest in the Gilded Age, and of course my husband's great-grandmother, a lesser known American heiress, but now hopefully becoming more well-known due to the amount of letters that she left, over 10,000. Of course, she was the subject of my dissertation, which I did get a distinction with, which I can't believe, but I'll take it. And we've created a big exhibition of her around here. So tonight, the guests are feasting on recipes from her book of receipts, which would be what we call today a cookbook. So Joe and I, Chef Joe and I, we handpicked all the recipes. They're fantastic. And yeah, so we're going to start with drinks in the library, which is where the exhibition is. And I'll talk everybody through that with a drink in hand. And then we'll come in here and have a dinner and wait till you see the menu cards. So they have Alberta's coat of arms on there, well, impaled with the Montague coat of arms, which I found during my research in one of the archive boxes, that she was having her coat of arms made because, of course, 120 years ago, she didn't necessarily come from a British noble family. She was American, but she was able to actually search up her own coat of arms. And interestingly enough, her coat of arms have 3 crosses, which goes to show you just how, spiritual she was, which is absolutely wonderful. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a quick look at my dress. Here we go, let's take that. Here we go. So this is actually 1930s. I found a fantastic vintage seller, and this dress, I was like, okay, I am getting this dress. And this is the first time that I've worn this dress. So I didn't wear it last year because this year we changed it up a bit, that we were like, wow, people could wear 1920s, 1930s dresses. And so here you go. Here you go. I am wearing my dress this evening. Anyway, do check out grandhistorictours.com down below. We'd love to have you guys here. I forgot to mention that tonight the showstopper is Alberta's, probably her first cutlery set. And we recently discovered this. There's her A there. This, it took me a long time. There's initials on there. That's her mother, Betty McLeod. Took a long time to decipher that, but isn't this lovely? So that's kind of the showstopper for tonight, for everybody to see this. This most likely would have been given to her, probably at age, 18 or something like that. And then we have definitely from her and George's time, this is the Right Honorable Earl of Sandwich, and this is where all of the cutlery would be traveled in and out, and it's Gerard, so that's definitely the time of Alberta. In fact, she has pearls from there. Look at this. So you can see I've just taken it out, and this just needs to be flipped around, but absolutely extraordinary. Alberta, so William Sturgis, really quickly, that's Alberta's father. He was quite old when he married. He had been married before, his first wife died, no children, and then he meets Betty, who's about 30 years younger than William.
Okay, so these 2 wines tonight have been selected because they would have been very much in demand in the early 19th century with high society, and in my mind I kind of like to hope that maybe they were served at Alberta's wedding in 1905. But in the late 1800s, it was all about port, it was all about sherry, it was all about German wine, and then there was a big boom in importing French wine into the UK, and the 2 favourites that came into that Gilded Age was a Bordeaux and a Chablis. Now the Chablis that we're serving tonight is from Domaine Fèvre, and excuse my pronunciation, and Fèvre have been making Chablis on their land since the 17th century. Now, in the late 1990s, they sold a lot of their land, but they did keep 50 acres, and it is from those acres that you are drinking the Chablis tonight. And interestingly, the family that bought the remaining land that they sold, that family is still producing wine today, Chablis, and it's the Rothschild family. So that's the terrain that you're using. Now for the Bordeaux tonight, it is Medoc, and I know we have a Bordeaux aficionado at the table. Hi Bob, so do correct me. But this is a Medoc that is Cru Bourgeois classified. Now that term dates back to, I think, probably the 15th century, which is a great value wine. Now there are 8 Medoc affiliated Cru Bourgeois patches, which include some incredible wines like a Pauillac, a Santa Steph, and my personal favourite, which is a Margaux. So tonight the Bordeaux that you are drinking, the Medoc, it is a 70-30 split of Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot, and it's going to be bringing you all those goodies of cherries, of cassis, of blackcurrant, and I hope that it's going to pair very well with every course that you have tonight. And I forgot to tell you about the Chablis, just to add that it does have that crispness. It will bring you the green apple, the grapefruit, it will bring you all the citrus and the limes, and it will have that sharpness, but it will also have a wonderful undertone, I hope, of honey and almond, and again will pair with every course tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it.
This was our third time here, and every time we've been here, it's just gotten better and better. So Sam does a great job as far as organization, and the service that Dan the butler gives is phenomenal.
Yes.
And just hang out with Luke and Julie. It's so much fun.
I think for me, you're treated like royalty. It's the access to Luke and Julie, two incredibly warm people, that is like the icing on the cake of staying here. They're just lovely. But as he said, you are taken care of. Everything is planned for you. You see some amazing other manor or castles. It's just a wonderful experience, wonderful.
Powderham Castle. We got to meet Charlie, got to have lunch with them. He's
Earl of Devon.
The Earl, excuse me, I'm sorry, the Earl of Devon, but he's just a very genuine guy and great sense of humor.
Yes.
And we got to go on the deer, what do they call
Deer
it?
Park.
Deer Park.
Where you tour it and see all the stags. Oh my gosh.
That was incredible.
It was.
And just the history of Powderham was really, that was my favorite.
I really enjoyed Sherborne. We went there, and that's Sir Walter Raleigh's ancestral castle, and it's truly a castle. And the garden for me, what was special, the first, I'm not sure if it was actually the first garden, that Capability Brown. It was one of his first efforts, and you can totally just appreciate it. It was wonderful. And Mariah, who was our host, she cooked lunch for us. I couldn't believe that she was doing the cooking. We also got to see some interiors that she's restoring, and she had shown us the silk that was going to go on the wall, but her workman found the original underneath another one, and she's just sort of like, oh well, I could recreate it, but not now. I've bought the silk. But she was just so funny. She was delightful. It was wonderful.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the dining room. It is the farewell dinner, black tie here tonight at Mapperton for our third Grand Historic Tours. And gosh, we've got lovely food. I mean, we've got lime-based scallops, there's venison with a fish alternative, there's a gin and grapefruit sorbet, we've got sticky toffee pudding, so very, very British. But seeing that we've got Dan, the butler here, and by the way, if you come here, before you even have to ask for anything in your hand, it's already there. You are amazing. So you probably watched this video and you can see he just knows his wines. He's a proper sommelier. And so we thought it'd be fun that I'm gonna do a tasting because and I'm gonna try to
Guess the country.
Guess the country.
All right. Wine number one.
All right, Dan, are there any hints on this? Like, you know, what am I tasting, the notes?
Okay, your tasting notes, you're definitely going with the red fruits. You're going to have cherry. You're going to have cranberry. It's going to be a little tart. And there's going to be undernotes that are quite tobacco-y and leathery.
I mean, that is exactly what I'm tasting right now. So with that, this is either France or Spain.
I'm going to add, there should be an undertone of maybe cloves and vanilla that you get later on, and it might take you to a place you feel very at home in.
Okay. I was completely wrong. I mean, I just bombed that completely. Okay, this is Italy. I bombed it. It wasn't even my top two. Sorry, Italy, but it's delicious. And I like at the end, it's vanilla. Yeah, I can taste that once I, you know, sit with it. Wow, you're so good, Dan. Okay, ready for the next one? Okay.
So we're going to go with the white for this one.
Okay, fantastic. Now I can narrow it down because I know that the first one, even though I got that wrong, is Italy. So this is either going to be Spain or, well, I think it's going to be Spain or France. I mean, listen, it could be German. Okay, let's, All right, Dan, tell me what am I sipping here?
Okay, so you've got a young wine there. So initially you're going to have the citrus and green apple that's going to come at you first.
Totally.
And then as you're getting used to it, It should get a little spicy, toasty even. There's going to be some nut in there, some vanilla, and maybe a little oak. And then the final, as it comes through, you should be getting some of the warmer fruits like pear and pineapple and peach. And maybe a little almond blossom. That's the clue, because I described that at dinner the other night.
You did describe that at dinner. Was it a white that you were describing at dinner with the almond blossom, or was it a red?
It was the white.
So I think that this is Spain.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, did I get it right?
You got it right.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Only reason I got it right
That
is
is a white Rioja.
Okay, oh my gosh, well, I was thinking that. Okay, great, so I've got that right. All right, 1 out of 2, everybody.
And here we go, the final one. You have a red.
Okay. Oh, I like this one. Probably because it's French. They make such good. All right, tell me, Dan.
Okay, so you have a dominant grape in this one. It is a blend, but one is a dominant grape. You're going to have blackberry. You're going to have some spice, some licorice, and maybe a little mint.
Right.
There'll be some herbal undertones.
Yeah.
And my final clue is that you have a guest this week at Grand Historic Tours who's an aficionado
Yep. That's
on
Bob.
this wine.
That's Bob, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So it's France. This has to be France.
It certainly is.
It's bold. This one's bold. Bold, bold, bold. And I feel bad because I prefer this one over, you know, the country I so adore, which is Italy, ovviamente. Sì, mi sento male. Mi sento male. But wow, well done. Okay, anyway, if you want to come on Grand Historic Tours and do some wine tasting with Dan and I, do check out the details down below because it is that much fun.
The terminus in a London Transport diesel engine, 97 horsepower omnibus. You say trash,
And I say rubbish,
fries, chips,
trash, bin. Let's call the whole thing off.
Don't worry, there's not too many more. You say movie, and I
Say film.
You say cookie, and I say biscuit. Movie,
Film.
cookie, biscuits.
Let's call the whole thing off.
To its lair, killed a crocodile who dared to cross my path.
Just heading from the drawing room after a wonderful concert in the library to the dining room right now for our farewell dinner, but it's black tie and we're all dressed up and it is absolutely wonderful. So come on everybody, let's go to dinner. Perfect, here's the fire. That's perfect. The lovely fire. And then if we swing the camera around, everybody's entering into dinner. And so that's a wrap, sort of. We have tomorrow as well, but for Grand Historic Tours number 3, I cannot believe that it's already over. It goes so fast because it's so much fun and I feel right at home, and I hope they do as well because I was surrounded by 12 Americans. So tonight was the farewell dinner, black tie, everybody dressed up. We had a concert in the library, drinks in the drawing room, dinner in the dining room. You know, Chef Joe and her team were on fire. Dan the butler, always just absolutely incredible. And I'll be sad to say goodbye to everybody tomorrow. So that's it. The fire is going out and I'm going to bed.
I have been a patron of both Julie's sites and the Mapperton Live, and I really just love what they're doing to preserve their own heritage as well as the heritage of England. And they're just so genuine and nice, and I thought, when am I ever going to get a chance to do something like this? I mean, you can travel and see all these things, but to see it on such a personal level, to me that was really, and it just far exceeded what I would have thought. And it was just, they're amazing. Everything has been flawlessly done. So yeah, we really enjoyed ourselves.
This was a nice comparison. We have manor houses this large to compare to, close by, Filoli, south of San Francisco. And to see how those were built versus here in the construction and then the rebuilding has been very interesting. I even got a quick tour down in the basement because I'm an engineer, and I'm just excited about especially the history and construction. So
It's so much fun, and you meet great people. We've got a very diverse group of people.
You make incredible friends and connections. So we go back to the States and we have a whole nother network of people who love what we love about Mapperton and Luke and Julie. And we did the inaugural Grand Historic Tour, having no idea what to expect. Well, now it's like, well, of course you want to go back. It's just, for us, it's sort of like, it's not really coming home. It's coming to something where they feel like family. They're not, but they feel like family because how they make you feel and how they care about you. And we'll come back again. We will. We're already planning 2027.
Well, we have a historic home back where we live. We actually have an English Tudor that we've been restoring for the last 4 years. And so through that, somehow we stumbled on the historic homes.
Well, we watched Julie's The American Aristocrat's Guide to Great Estates and just kind of fell in love with her charming nature and learning about, how to restore different things. And also just learning about how these estates support themselves over time and what different households and families do as part of that plan, we found really interesting. So I would say it was the show that brought us here.
Go to surfshark.com/Mapperton and use the code Mapperton at checkout to get 4 extra months off of Surfshark VPN.